Chris Christie, it should not have to be said, counting absentee ballots is not illegal, it is not fraud, it is not corruption.
George, let's say I've been fortunate enough to be on the ballot a number of times myself. I've won, I've lost. And so as a candidate, you're even more invested in the integrity of the system. Right? So if this stuff is going on that the president's talking about, all of us want it ferreted out because it would undercut everything that we believe in our system. But as a prosecutor, that's like asking me to indict someone without showing me any evidence. If you're going to say those things from behind the podium at the White House, it's his right to do it. It's his right to pursue legal action. But show us the evidence. We heard nothing today about any evidence. I want to know what backs up what he said so that I can analyze it. And let me tell you, if he's right, I'll be outraged, and I'm sure you would be too.
And if he's wrong?
And if he's wrong, then the American people are going to be able to make the judgment about this election that the results have been fair. And this kind of thing, all it does is inflame without informing. And we cannot permit inflammation without...
The campaign chose to not even respond formally to what the president said.
George, instead, they are letting Joe Biden's remarks earlier tonight speak for themselves. And I think it is safe to say that inside the Biden camp, they feel that the more the president comes out and makes baseless claims about election fraud, the more he tries to throw these legal Hail Mary passes, they feel that only strengthens their argument that they believe that they are winning. Biden's camp tonight is very confident. They feel they are on the cusp of victory here. Biden earlier today coming out and all but declaring that this race is over. And we heard him urging calm, urging patience, stressing over and over again that this is how the process is supposed to work. And George, the tone from Joe Biden, incredibly notable. He came out today in those brief remarks speaking not first about the election results, but actually about the coronavirus, coming out trying to project leadership and looking ahead to the challenges that he may be facing if he is elected, George.
Well, the president and his family all through the day seemed somewhat angry that the message he delivered from the White House podium isn't being echoed by more Republicans.
Even before he delivered that message, they were angry about this. Look, this is a real moment of truth for Republicans, for Republican leadership in this country. The question is, do you stand with the president's efforts to question the legitimacy and the integrity of American democracy? Or do you stand with the people and the right to have their votes counted and counted in a way that reflects that integrity? And so far, we've seen really stunning silence from Republicans. They have not, for the most part, joined with the president in making these allegations that he has been making. Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, the leaders in the House and the Senate, respectively, have said very little. They've said that that the votes should be counted, but they have not echoed any of these allegations that the president has made, these unfounded allegations. And in light of that, we have heard from the president's two adult sons, Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr., both took to Twitter earlier today to condemn Republicans. Eric Trump said, "Where is the GOP? Our voters will never forget." Donald Trump Jr. took issue with the 2024 Republican hopefuls, possible presidential candidates 4 years from now, saying the total lack of action from virtually all of them is amazing. They have, he said, cowered to the media mob instead of standing up for the president. So it seems that this may be causing some action, George. Just a short while ago, Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz, two Republican senators, both of whom have run for president last time around, came out. Lindsey Graham said that he was donating $500,000 to the president's legal defense fund, and that he stood with the president in these allegations. And Ted Cruz repeated many of them. But I think this is a real question: is where does Mitch McConnell come down on this? Especially given, by the way, that Mitch McConnell had a very good night on Tuesday. He won re-election in his own seat, and Republicans, it looks like, may have maintained control of the Senate.